she's so fine. Hell of her blows my mind. Hell of her lights my day.
What's good, guys? This is going to be an update in the story that came out of Dallas about the 4-year-old that was found dead in the street. And this story came out on the 23rd, but it was updated on the 24th at 2:38 a.m. via the Daily Beast and an article wrote by McCaffrey Blonner. Dad of 4-year-old, slain in Dallas, apologizes for leaving kids. The father of the 4-year-old boy kidnapped from his bed and dumped dead on a Dallas street says he will never forgive himself for leaving his son and his twin brother with a friend while he skipped town under a cloud of legal problems. Trevor Gernon released a recorded statement on his sister's YouTube account, both apologizing for not taking care of his son Cash and asking the public not to be too hard on him. Gernon said that when he moved to Dallas, he moved in with an old friend, Monica Sherrod, and when he moved back to Houston, quote, after an unsuccessful job hunt, amongst other things, end quote, he decided they would be better off with her. Quote, I felt it was in the boys' best interest to not disrupt their routine, he said of Cash and his brother Carter, who was not harmed and is now with his mother. Quote, they were comfortable, they were around other kids, and from what it appeared, Monica was a trustworthy person. This choice I made with best of intentions has resulted in a most horrific outcome, end quote. On May the 15th, an intruder was caught on a baby monitor camera sneaking into Cash and Carter's bedroom at Sherrod's home and lifting the still sleeping boy from his bed. 2 hours later, a passerby found the child's body tossed on the street. Police said he had been stabbed. Darriyn Brown, 18, who has some nebulous ties to Sherrod's family, was charged with kidnapping and burglary, but police are waiting for the results of forensic tests to make a decision on murder charges. Investigators have not released a motive, and Brown's mother has said she believes her son is being framed. Monica Sherrod told reporters that Gernon left town after being ordered by a court into rehab. Crime Online obtained court records showing several outstanding charges against Gernon in Harris County. Gernon referenced his legal issues, saying in the recording, quote, I have to fear for my freedom, as it is the goal of some to see me go to jail rather than grieve the loss of my little boy, end quote. He did not disclose his location or his legal status. Crying at times, he did take responsibility for failing to protect the twins. Quote, I have paid the most ultimate and painful price for my poor judgment, and I have to live with this devastation every single day, end quote, he said. Quote, I will never forgive myself. If I could, I would go back and do everything different. This is a nightmare that doesn't go away once I open my eyes in the morning. We just don't understand how this could happen to such a bright and cheerful kid, end quote. Addressing the boy's mother, Melinda Seagroves, he added, quote, I am so sorry that I failed to keep them safe. That is my job as his dad, and I was not able to do that, and I'm sorry, end quote. As the Daily Beast reported, Gernon has racked up a string of arrests over the years, serving 68 days in county lockup for a 2018 assault on his father during an argument over a credit card bill. Following his indictment on felony drug possession charges last November, he failed to appear for a March 29, 2021 hearing and thus forfeited a $10,000 bond payment. There is now an open warrant for his arrest. Johnny Flanagan, whose son gave Gernon a job at his shop until they had a falling out, told the Daily Beast, quote, he's one of these guys that kind of goes whichever way the wind blows, and he'll do good for several months and then do bad for several months and, just up and disappear, end quote. In the recording, Trevor Gernon pleaded for mercy in the court of public opinion. Quote, I'm barely getting through a day that doesn't take me to a dark place, he said. I hope you all could understand how fragile we all are and how quickly things can turn upside down. I would hope that we can all cooperate and band together to make sure Cash gets the justice he deserves, end quote. Now, I also want to do an update regarding Darriyn Brown, who is the man that they are accusing of the kidnapping. Now, this article came from the New York Post. It came out on the 23rd, wrote by Catherine Benillo. Man charged with kidnapping Cash Gernon seen at his home weeks earlier. The stranger accused of snatching 4-year-old Cash Gernon from his bed before brutally murdering him was caught on a neighbor's surveillance video lurking near the boy's Texas home weeks earlier, according to a report. Little Cash was kidnapped, then stabbed to death with an, quote, edged weapon, end quote, police said. His body, clad only in shorts, was found by a jogger on May the 15th after it had been dumped on a Dallas street. The accused killer, Darriyn Brown, 18, was caught on a neighbor's ring camera, apparently casing the property 10 weeks before, the Daily Beast revealed on Saturday. Jose Alvarado's home shares a back alley with the home where Cash and his twin Carter have been living, prompting Alvarado to check his security footage, he told the website. The clip appears to show Brown walk into the alley, stare at the gate of a fenced-in yard, and hesitate for a moment before opening the gate to look inside. He then leaves, the footage shows. Quote, "It's really scary. I have 2 kids, 1 girl and 1 boy, and they play basketball in the backyard," end quote, Alvarado told the Daily Beast. At the time, Cash and Cash Gernon were still being cared for by Monica Sherrod, their father's girlfriend. Brown was arrested on charges of kidnapping and theft in connection to Cash's death. He is being held on a $750,000 bail. And also, to update this story, according to WFAA, Brown wore an ankle monitoring bracelet for a prior charge. Quote, "Through the hard work of the men and women of the Dallas Police Department, this criminal was brought to justice and would not have been possible without the Dallas FBI Evidence Response Team and the public's assistance," end quote, the police said in a statement. So, he was on an ankle monitor at the time all this happened. So this, to me, would be rather easy to be able to track his steps that night in the least, and also would show if Alvarado's ring camera footage shows him, it should also track him at that time as well. So this story is still unfolding. I know his mother is maintaining his innocence, but it's not looking good for the home team. So I'm going to stay on this case, and I appreciate everyone who sent me something. Marie722, D. Walsh. I've had several people sending me articles regarding this story, and I'm going to stay on it, and I appreciate each one of you guys. Have a great day.